here today. About, I don't know, 8 months ago or something, Rodney called me on the phone. Of course, we've been in contact since that time. We've been very close. And he said, well, you had predicted that I was going to be starting a network marketing company. And you said that when I did, you were going to join me. I said, well, that's what I said, and I'm ready to go. Now, he didn't tell me anything about what it was. I had no clue. He said, I'm starting and we're ready to go. I want you to join me. I'm with you. And that was it. I never thought about it again. I never thought about the commitment. I did start thinking about what it was that I was committing to. I had 3 companies. I was real busy. Real busy. And my life was full, and I was happy, and I was doing everything I wanted to do. I lived in an absolute paradise place. I have an absolutely gorgeous wife and family. I really didn't have anything that I was looking for in any way, shape, or form. I had achieved pretty much what I wanted to achieve in this life. I'm never finished, but don't get me wrong. But I was happy. I didn't need anything more. So when he told me about this grocery idea, I took a breath of relief, because this is what I've been doing for the last 35 years. I started in the natural products industry in 1973. I planted my first organic farm. It was 12 acres in Gainesville, Florida, outside of Gainesville, Florida. And so that was the beginning of my work with organic food. I later went on to write the organic standards, which is now national law, in collaboration with 40 other farmer organizations in the United States. I personally authored the organic standards for the state of Florida in collaboration with the Department of Agriculture there. And why I'm sharing this with you is because it's part of my life. It's a passion for me. It's not a business. This is not a business for me. For me, sharing good food with people is my life. That's my life's work. That's what I've done my whole life. And so Rodney called me again and said, we need a flagship company that represents our vision for grocery training. So I didn't think about that very much. It was immediate. Almost when he was telling me, I was already thinking about who I would call the flagship company. I called my old friend Michael Potter, who's the CEO of Eden Foods. I shared with him the vision, what Rodney was about, who he was, what we saw in terms of reaching out to people that maybe didn't have much of an awareness about natural products, organic foods. He immediately got the vision. Immediately. He said, Mark, this is fantastic. He said, I'm on. If you know Michael Potter, he's a man of short words, but when he speaks, let me tell you, things happen. He's very much like Rodney in that sense. Rodney doesn't say anything just to kind of get something going. He's got something behind everything that he says. If he makes a statement about something, believe me, there's a lot behind that. And that's the thing that I've learned and come to appreciate about Rodney over the years and why I'm here today. There's a lot behind what he says. He walks his talk. And so I spoke with Michael and at Eden Foods, and I told him what we were doing, and he said, I'm 100%. So the person that you see out there is Richard Miller, who's the national sales manager. He's not just some person that we brought in. He's the national sales manager of Eden Foods. If you have any questions about the products, about what we're doing with regards to food, and this is just the beginning. We're just rolling out just a few little nuggets. This is just the beginning. The vision is huge. It's huge, believe me.
Wow. Yeah.
Let me just share a few things, just to give you some idea again, where we're going. Let me share a little bit about Eden Foods. It's important because this is the first thing you guys are seeing, so I want you to kind of understand, again, how much thought, what's behind this. It's not just, who can we get to come to our event? Not at all, not at all. Eden Foods is a 43-year-old company, privately owned. Michael Potter owns the company 100% himself. There's no board of directors to decide who's going to buy what, whether we're going to do something with GMOs or not, or whether we're going to get certified organic or not. None of that. None of that. He makes the decisions himself. I met Michael in Mexico in the early 90s. We were part of a certification organization, which is OCA, Organic Crop Improvement Association. I had a chapter in Florida, and Michael was representing Eden Foods, who was one of our big corporate members at the time. Normally, in the world of today, the CEO sends, his certification person to go to these meetings. It's a big meeting where policy wonks, and it's very technical oftentimes. Michael Potter was there himself with his number one man, his main right-hand guy. They were there themselves representing Eden at this meeting. That's the level of commitment that he brought to the organic food industry. And that level of leadership and personal commitment is ongoing to this very day. There's just a whole series of firsts that Eden's been a part of. Starting in 1975, Eden Foods declared 100% of their grains and beans were organic. Now, certified organic. The whole idea about certification and what that really means, we'll share with you in time. I don't want to get into all the details of it, but I can tell you, having worked in organic certification and worked with organic growers around the world on 4 or 5 continents for the last 30 years, that it's serious business. You don't get into organics just because you've got some kind of a fluky idea. It's hard to grow organics, particularly in the tropics, where I continue to work with growers to this very day. In fact, next month I'll be back down in South America working with growers. I've been working with growers since the early 70s, and I will continue to do that as long as I live. One of the founding principles of Eden Foods is they work directly with growers. There are over 360 certified organic growers, mostly in North America, mostly within 100 miles of Michigan, right here in the heartland of America, that Eden Foods has been supporting for the last 25 to 30 years.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
80,000 acres of certified organic land is currently employed by Eden, working with 360 family farmers in the United States and Canada. This is huge. There's not another company like it in the United States, period, bar none. They were the first ones to declare non-GMO in all their products. Now, a lot of people don't know much about GMOs still to this day, even though it's starting to become more prominent. These things is the insidious disease that the food industry and Big Pharma, that's Big Ag and Big Pharma, they're partners together, and they're perpetrating on the American people and people of the world. If you don't know anything about it now, you will in the future. We'll continue to edify you on some of these issues. But this is important stuff. And I appreciate the doctor who understands and knows these kinds of things. This is something we all need to be aware of. It truly is. What